Would you rent a humanoid for a day? Imagine. For the price of a dinner, a sleek, silent machine arrives at your doorstep, ready to take over the most soul-crushing parts of your daily life. It folds your laundry with robotic precision, scrubs your kitchen floors until they shine, and organizes your cluttered garage while you catch up on sleep. It sounds like a dream, the ultimate promise of the 21st century finally delivered. But as you lie in bed enjoying your newfound freedom, that car-priced machine is doing more than cleaning. It is observing. To fold your clothes, it must understand the geometry of your bedroom. To find the kitchen, it must learn the layout of your private sanctuary. Every corner, doorway, and personal object becomes data, captured, structured, and used to make the machine smarter. This isn't science fiction horror. It's what happens when robots stop being demos and start becoming services. The humanoid boom is moving from concept into pilots and early deployments. And the price of convenience isn't just the monthly fee. Because while you think you hired a servant, you may have invited an invisible resident into your home. One that never sleeps and whose incentives you don't control. For decades, robotic helpers felt distant. We grew up watching clunky machines on TV and laughing at early prototypes from the 2000s. They seemed like toys, scientific curiosities always 10 years away. But today, that gap between science fiction and consumer product is shrinking fast. Companies across the world are shifting from research to scale. They aren't just building robots anymore, they're building a new layer of infrastructure for human life. The goal isn't novelty, it's integration into everyday routines. This shift introduces a powerful business model, Humanoid-as-a-Service. Instead of paying a huge upfront cost, you subscribe to a mechanical worker for a monthly fee. It makes the technology accessible, but also hides the complexity required to make it function in the unpredictable chaos of real home. Despite glossy marketing videos, true full autonomy is still the holy grail. The real world is messy. Homes are chaotic. Edge cases are everywhere. Fragile objects, pets underfoot, unfamiliar tools, confusing door handles. So how do companies make sure your expensive robot doesn't break a glass, trip over your dog, or freeze in front of something it's never seen before? Here's the part rarely shown in demos. When a robot encounters something it doesn't understand, it may escalate. And sometimes the solution isn't smarter AI in that moment. Sometimes the solution is a human. This process is called teleoperation. When the robot gets stuck, it can send a high-priority request to a remote support system. Somewhere else in the world, a worker puts on a headset and temporarily controls what the robot does next. For that short window, that worker becomes the robot in your house. They see through its cameras. They hear through its microphones. When the robot reaches for your laundry, it may be following the precise movements of a stranger sitting at a desk thousands of miles away. To that worker, you're just a ticket, a case number to resolve. But to you, someone you've never met has a functional presence inside your home. Not physically, but close enough to see your walls, your belongings, and the private space you assumed belonged only to you. Even if teleoperation happens rarely, that's exactly the point. Privacy rarely disappears in one dramatic moment. It erodes through small exceptions. One assist here, one training event there, a feature update that changes permissions, or a policy paragraph nobody reads. And the story doesn't end with human-in-the-loop support, because the long-term goal is even bigger. Why are the world's most powerful tech companies so eager to put cameras on legs inside the home? Because they already dominate your digital life. They know what you search, what you click, and what you buy. The one space they've struggled to observe is what happens behind closed doors. Until now. This marks the beginning of the spatial data era. Your phone knows where you are, but a robot can learn how you live. It can recognize the products you use, infer habits from routines, notice what gets replaced or repaired, and even estimate physical strain from posture and movement. In a world where attention is currency, your home becomes the final frontier. Privacy isn't stolen through a dramatic hack. It's captured, indexed, and converted into advantage. Better models, better targeting, better predictions, and better leverage. And the most brilliant part of the system? You fund it yourself. You pay for the device, the subscription, and the privilege of participating while your personal environment becomes valuable data. We are standing at another technological crossroads, Every major leap in the past 2 decades required a trade. We exchanged location for GPS convenience. We exchanged voice privacy for smart assistants. Now we may be trading the final sanctuary, the privacy of the home, for a few extra hours of free time. The technology is undeniably brilliant. The engineering is extraordinary. These machines will save time, reduce friction, and feel increasingly inevitable. But inevitability doesn't remove the need for choice. Tonight, picture a silent machine standing in your hallway. Is it a servant or a sensor? Is it there to help you or to learn you? We are so eager to welcome the future that we forget to ask who controls it. And in the digital age, if something feels too good to be true, you aren't the customer. You're the product. Your home may simply be the newest data set. The question isn't whether this technology is coming. It already is. The real question is whether you're comfortable with what it takes for it to work. Because the truth isn't hidden in a lab, it might be standing right next to you. If you enjoyed this analysis, please subscribe for more deep dives into technologies reshaping our lives before they become impossible to ignore. See you in the next one.